Hi guys, and welcome back to KFiT workout. In this session we will focus on the core and the glutes, and it features kicks done lying on the floor. So let's get into it. The first section is to warm up. So let's go, jog on the spot, and it's side to side moves, touch your heels, knees up, star jumps. You'll also notice jab punches in the third sequence that I do. Just follow the screen. So let's go straight into the basic stretches just to warm those muscles up a little more before we go into the workout. Just follow the screen for the stretches. So let's get into the kicks done lying on the floor. Make sure you have a mat to lie on, and the sequence is 10 leg lifts, as you can see. And once you've done 10 leg lifts, it's 10 thrust kicks. So if you can see the knee coming back near your face, and then thrust it in and squeeze the abs and all around the glutes as well as you finish that kick, which helps build that muscle. The next kick is Roundhouse Action. So on this, make sure your body is still sideways and don't drop the backside into the mat. And it's a roundhouse kick action, and the fourth one is hook kick. So if you put the knee slightly forward and then come round slightly, the knee moves forward, and you hook that foot backwards for the hook kick. And you will repeat that. You will change sides, repeat that on the other leg, and in the video I will repeat that once again, so follow me. But if you want to repeat that a third time, just pause the video and repeat it a third time. And we're coming to the end of this section. So the next section is, if you want to add that, is pause the video and practice some kata, 5 to 10 minutes, which is what I usually do. And then we're going to go into the interval training. So we're moving into the interval training. The first exercise is a double crunch, and it's a twist slightly. So when the buzzer goes, begin. Just follow what I am doing. It's basically a crunch, but with a twist to one side as you come up, and then repeat. So when the buzzer sounds, you begin, and when the horn sounds, you break for 20 seconds. So listen out for those buzzers. Well done. The next exercise is a V-up. So just follow my lead, and basically this is a sit-up, but keeping your legs as straight as possible and your upper body as straight as possible, and coming up into a V shape. Well done. The next exercise is a plank jack. Now you can do this on your hands with straight arms, or you can do it on your elbows. It's easier if you're on your elbows, so choose which you're going to do and get ready. Make sure with this exercise you're keeping your body as solid as possible. That is, pull your abs in and keep it strong as you do the jacks. It's a difficult one, so if you need to rest in between. Well done, and the last one you're going to do is the abs bridge. So let's get ready. It's basically lying on your back and you're going to lift your belly up and hold. And with this one you want to squeeze and tighten your abs as you lift and hold it at the top and squeeze your glutes as well. Well done. So that's the 4 HIIT exercises we're going to do. Half a minute and then we will repeat that. I will repeat that, so just follow the screen once more. If you want to repeat it a third time, just pause the video. Well done, guys. So that's the workout today. So we're going to finish with a stretch. Now, if you want to get a drink before you go into the stretches, just get a drink, pause the video, and then follow this stretching routine. I highly recommend you stretch down every session you do. If you find any of the stretches difficult to do, just take it easy, be careful, do an easier version, or don't do it at all. Be very careful. So the first stretch is legs wide, seated, wide angle stretch. So you want to stretch to your left and to your right, take your time. I hold each stretch for around 10 seconds. Now twist and aim to get hold of your foot on this particular stretch. So that's a twist and look through your arm and upwards if possible. Change and stretch forward once more. Hold that stretch, feel your groin stretching there, but don't overdo it. Now bring your legs in and keep them straight and stretch those hamstrings. Hold, shake loose, and the torso twist stretch, I call this. Aim to keep your back straight and turn your head as far as it'll go also. This helps stretch right through your spine and your neck too, and into your legs as well. So again, you can hold longer than I'm holding the stretches. Change, bring your feet together. This is often known as butterfly stretch or hero pose. And you want to just hold your feet and get your knees as close to the floor as possible, back straight. And then I add an extra section to this. I hold my ankles and I push my knees down before I change. So this is the cow face pose. Again, aim to do what I'm doing, but be very careful. You want to try and catch your hands together at the back and feel a stretch right through your arms and your back there. Keep your head straight as possible and up. Change. So the other side. Hold that stretch. Good. Slowly change. Now, you might need a mat for the next one or a soft floor. It's up to you. So this is a stretch on the back there. Try and look upwards when you're doing this. Be careful, but sink those hips into the floor and then sit back onto your feet in a child pose position. Hold that. And as I just said, if you need a mat below your knees, by all means use a mat here and drop back into the reclining position. If you can't recline like I am, just keep your hands on the floor behind you and push your hips up and just recline as far as you can, but make sure you're in control. And this is a brilliant stretch. I highly recommend you stretch your front of your hips here, the hip flexor, and it's a warrior pose, low lunge, and you're pushing forward those hips, making sure you feel a stretch through your hip flexor. Now for the next one, you will need a mat. Again, this one is difficult, so be very careful. So the first part is to just lie down and then aim to get your hips up and legs straight. Point those toes up to the ceiling and support your back, supported shoulder stand. And if you can, plow pose, you can drop your feet and touch the floor with your feet. This is brilliant and it stretches the upper back and the neck muscles. It's brilliant for that. It really hits and targets those muscles. And the last couple of stretches we're going to move into, this one is one of my favorites. It's a groin stretch, often known as garland pose, and you want to keep your back as straight as possible here. Push your knees into your elbows and elbows into your knees. Now if you can do this, just go forward and put all your weight on your hands. Be very careful with this, don't do it unless you have done it or know how to do it. Into the crane pose, hold that for a few moments, and then we're going to arch the back down and arch the back up and hold that stretch. Cat pose, and happy cat pose and angry cat pose, often known as. Into downward facing dog, walk up to the hamstring standing stretch, and if you can, pull in and hold that too before you come up, and then reach high and just feel a stretch again. Reach into the sky with your arms, and if you feel you need to, stretch the triceps of your arms. Now this is a highly recommended stretch. It's a shrug really, and you want to really squeeze your shoulders together and then stretch them forward like an arch, and finish with these neck stretches. I'm doing this quite quickly. I do these daily, but I highly recommend you spend more time on some of these stretches when you have time. Well done guys, that is today's session. Excellent. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed it, please share this, hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks guys.